You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So for all of us over the course of this Taurus new moon monthly cycle, we look at the Sabian symbol that is imbued at the degree point where the sun and moon are conjunct. This month, it's at 16 degrees Taurus. The Sabian symbol imbued at that degree point and flavoring the entire month's storyline for all of us is a battle between the swords and the torches. So this might be swords representing air and torches representing the fire in the belly, maybe the creative spirit. There might be a battle between head and heart over the course of this month for a lot of people. There might be some controversy, some conflict in the air on the global stage as well. So we'll have to take a look to see how this manifests for us. Sagittarius, welcome to your May 2016 Alchemy Scope. So this month, if you've tuned in before, this is going to be very different. I am going to be doing channeled drawing, and we're going to tap into the field of information, consciousness, and we're going to tap in to see what forms, what pictures want to come through that are going to detail what's coming up for at least the majority of Sagittarius-centric scope people over the course of this May 6th Taurus new moon monthly cycle. Okay? And then, so what I'm going to do is, it's going to be a meditative process, Sag. So I would really invite you to get a cup of tea or a glass of wine and actually just sit with me during the process to be with it, to quiet down, to connect with the process. And after I'm complete, after it feels done, I'm going to connect back in. I mean, I talk sometimes as I'm drawing, but it's going to be mostly quiet, if not totally. And then I'll talk about what's coming through, what I'm picking up. And then, of course, pay attention to your own intuitive guidance about what these images, pictures, and forms are bringing forward for you. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and select a card. So let's get started. So first, let me make sure you can see it. So I'm going to be using this area. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, good. Okay. Sagittarius. So let's see. Now, one thing that I'll say, Sag, is that we have some beautiful winds that have been happening all day long today. So it's likely you're definitely going to hear my chimes. You might even hear the gusts of wind. So enjoy. I'm going to get a glass of water here. Okay, Sag. Sag for May. Sag for May 2016. Sag, one thing that I'll say is that I have had such a fabulous time tapping into what wants to come. You know, they've come quickly. It's a very least effort, easy flow of information that's coming in. Is just fabulous, because I was not sure how this was going to go. Although I had been called for many, many months now, since I think it was at least December, if not November, that I've been getting very strong callings to do this, to do some channeled drawing. But today was the day. It was the easy choice. I want to make sure you can see everything okay. There we go. The other thing I wasn't sure about was if all the images were going to be, you know, essentially similar, you know, pretty much the same, you know, just different kind of minor quality shifts. But indeed, they've been so wholly different. It's just been fabulous. It's been fabulous to just drop into it. Sag. It's very interesting too, because some of the pictures, the lines, the qualities of the symbols and the pictures and the lines that have been coming through are so distinctly, some of them are very organic and curvy, and some of them are more angular. So it's yeah, it's fascinating. It's so easy, really, to read about what's going on. I have to say, there's a lot of Egyptian kind of imagery that is really popping through this month. It's not in every one, but it's certainly in about 3 so far, which is just fascinating. I mean, I don't draw Egyptian stuff. It's just not my theme. It's just not what I do. So it's this is wanting to come for sure this month. Sag, what else wants to come here for you? It's interesting because it feels like that might be it. Let's see. So Sag, I'm just going to sit for a minute and see, because this might be complete. Although it doesn't feel complete. It doesn't quite feel complete. You know, it might be something wants to be spoken. I think that's what's happening here. Something's wanting to be spoken. It's interesting because actually what I was going to do before I coughed was I was going to draw eyes. And so I am going to draw eyes. Because that's definitely what was calling. And then a mouth was calling because of the message that something wants to be spoken. So let's So I will tell you, this was the first time, Sag, that's happened, where actually something occurred that created the insight that then created the image. Because typically in all the others, you're the 9th one I've done, in all of the others, it's all been drawing, then an analysis later. So this is new. This is something that's very specific to you, which is beautiful because it wanted to come. So, yeah, fascinating. I mean, the reason why this feels like it's emerging in a very fascinating kind of way is it's almost like you're bound. Now again, this is a general reading, So this is not going to apply to everybody. This is, by the way, just a reminder that this is tapping into those of you that have Sagittarius-centric activations in your natal chart. So if right now you're going through a tremendous shift and growth of ego and personality, then if Sagittarius is your sun, these messages are going to apply. If it's more your perspective, that's if you're a Sagittarius ascendant. If it's more your emotions that's at play, then this might resonate if you have a Sagittarius moon. So it's keyed into what is most activated in your growth journey at this time. So let's take a look here, because this is what I'm getting. This started as a form, but then what happened is it soon became, Sag, like a chair, like one of those ceremonial chairs in ancient Egypt. It was almost, and there's flames here that emerged on the side. So this is like there was some royal seat, you know, some seat, significant seat. But then there was this kind of arch that intersected it here. So it's almost like preventing a seating of the seat. So there's a seat, a royal seat perhaps, that's waiting, but there was some cross, some arced prevention, something preventing a comfortable seat sitting on the bench, sitting on this chair. You know, and then there's like this kind of seed, this seed imagery here that has these three kind of, I don't know, 3 points of, kind of 3 roots, 3 foundations to this seed. And that came up for another sign as well. There were 3 seeds. I can't remember which sign it was now. But what's happened here, dear Sag, is that because the eyes wanted to come, because I was sitting marinating, thinking about this, marinating on what was, and eyes wanted to come. And then I started coughing, and then the message was something wants to be spoken. And then here the eyes are behind now what looks like a mask. Your nose is hidden. There's like some ceremonial mask that's playing out here. There's a veiling. There's a veiling. Something's veiled. And here's the mouth. You can see the expression too on the face that wanted to come, that there's something here. There's sadness. There's something distraught. There's something not happy. There's something not satisfied with this individual. There's a sadness here. And there's a closed mouth. It's almost like via... Now, for some of you, this is not going to apply to everybody, of course, but for some of you, you're bound by some religious organization, or you're bound by some dogma, family dogma, something that's traditional, that's the way it's always been done, and it's strong because there's flames on this royal bench. But the royal bench also is, it's almost like here's the dogma. This is the dogma. This is the dogma. It's like the cross is the dogma. These arcs are the dogma. These frowns are the dogma. That's the frown. That's creating the frown. That's preventing. And it's interesting that this became the nose area. The nose smells out truth. The nose smells. It identifies through the senses. You know, obviously sight, taste are also senses. But here the nose is highlighted. What became the nose? It wasn't going to be, but it is the nose. It became this kind of mask covering of the sensitivity of the nose. What I'm seeing, what I'm feeling for you, Sag, is that there's like this royal seat with flames. It's powerful, that almost is your magic. It is available for you. It is your perspective. It's your power. But then there's like this dogma. There's a dogma that is preventing you from sitting on your seat of power. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Something is preventing you in May from sitting in your seat of power. And it's kind of double-fold, like it's strong, because there's kind of these two frowned, you know, lower trajectory points here that are covering significant section of your face, the whole center part of your face, your nose, your cheeks. You can still see your mouth is still exposed, but it's sad. You know, this is like you want to speak. You want to remove the mask. You're ready for your flames. And I want you to pay a special note. These flames, both of these flames are at your temples. The temples are kind of windows inside the brain, inside the mind. You know, it's like there's no bone there. And it's interesting that you would have next to your eyes these flames at the temples, this kind of these soft entrance points into your brain, into your mind, into your thinking. You have these flames here. Now I'm taking that as these flames and this bench is your power, your royal kind of seat of power inherently. But it could be that this dogma, it could be that for some of you, this seat of power is actually hidden. It comes about through, or it's hidden behind, or it has the mask of, I should say, power and real power, because there's flames there, entering your mind, entering your temples, influencing your vision. But it's dogma. The lines, I'm getting so strongly that this is dogma. That's really, and I feel like you've had enough. I feel like you've had enough, that you're done. You're ready to take this off. You're ready to take this off. You're ready to actually sit. Take yourself from behind this mask of dogma and actually take yourself up and around that seat and sit in that seat. I'm feeling great sadness for some of you. There's a lot of sadness here for some of you. Not all of you. Not all of you. I mean, inherently, you know, Sagittarians are forward-thinking, optimistic. But we are all evolving, and you are all a constellation of self, and your sun sign or your moon sign or your ascendant is one component of your entirety of self, your entirety of the recipe of you. I really invite, for those of you new to who I am and new to my work, this is just a fraction of what I do. So I work with clients. I help them discover the depths of their encoded story and really what they're here to do. So for those of you new to my work, definitely go to my website and check it out. Read it. And if it resonates, be in touch for clarity, because that's what this is about. Okay, everyone, let's go ahead. I'm going to wipe my hands down here. And I'm going to pull a card for you, Sag. This card, this oracle card, is the Wild Kuan Yin oracle card deck, and it's one that I've not purposely have not shared on YouTube. I've not put this out there because it's a powerful deck, because I chose to keep it for me only, and I've used it for some clients as well, some pain clients. But today it was clear. This was the clear card to use. And the reason why, too, I'm pulling this deck for you is because this is the, what do I want to say? It's like the more powerful iteration of, it's what's wanting to come for May. So it's the new version of the 64 Dakini Oracle, essentially. So who is your guidance? Who is your goddess? Who is your embodiment over the course of this May 6th Taurus new moon monthly cycle, Sagittarius? Who is your guidance? Who is your goddess? Who is your embodiment? Who is your guidance? Who is your goddess? Who is your embodiment, Sagittarius? Be led by the path before you. Number 6. Be led by the path before you. Stay tuned. I'm going to read to you what this card means. I guarantee that it's going to have some very deep and profound, significant relationship to this masking, this dogma, this need to speak, this need to be heard. Beautiful. So Sag, let's take a look and see what this is for you. Sagittarius, be led by the path before you. So this is what this iteration of Kuan Yin wishes to tell you for May. You may question whether you are walking your true life path in alignment with your divine destiny. Perhaps you have a choice to make and are uncertain as to which decision will be the right one for you. Perhaps you are wishing there were more choices available to you, that there only seems to be one path before you now, and yet you are not convinced that it is the right path for you. Fear not. There is no mistake here. I am Kuan Yin, who loves you without condition. I scatter petals to scent the wind and blessing to reveal the way. Though at times you may fear that you are being led astray, trust in your unfolding life journey. For the path before you is one that I have blessed. Even if you sometimes lack confidence to trust in the path that you are upon, know this: you cannot miss your true path or your divine destiny. I shall curve the path before you, if needs be, to ensure you are always heading in the best direction to meet your divine destiny.